a portal party and she figured it out. And her story is written. Woohoo! Hey, Heidi. And I
Hey.
know you started out not knowing how to write your story. And then you came to a portal party. So, what I'd like to do is start talking about what was holding you up. What you had this amazing story to tell, and you decided you were all in on being an author in this anthology. What was holding you up in writing that story?
Um, I feel like it's an important story to be told, so I feel an obligation to tell it. But the reason I do not want to tell it is because it makes me feel vulnerable, and it makes me feel all of the very painful emotions that I went through at the time of the story. So my avoider was all like, yeah, let's just not do that right now. Let's do something else. And then along comes Francine. Francine's like, let's do a book anthology, Heidi.
Okay, so this blockage that you had was even before we decided to do this anthology. You knew you wanted to tell this story before you even decided to do the anthology.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, I've been kind of like holding this like really close to my chest for a really long time. There's um not a whole lot of people that know this story, and usually you had to get to know me for a while before I'd feel comfortable telling you. And so I feel like it's a little bit different to tell this story to everyone and be like, I don't know who's going to read this or what they're going to think of me after they read this story. It's those kind of things that you think about. That it's just like, you know what? Maybe not. Maybe I don't need to do this. And it still sticks there in the back of my head, though. It's just kind of like, but there's people out there that really could benefit from hearing this story. And so, what's interesting about projects for me is I'm never afraid to kind of put them on the shelf for a little bit, because usually something comes along at the time where it's right for it to happen. Like Francine suggesting this book anthology would be a really cool project that we could do as the Believe Retreat to get people together, to get them in action. Because, I know that there's other people out there that are maybe thinking, um, like, like I am. There's a lot of just personal uncertainty about telling the story, and it'd be way easier not to. But then there's the actual, like, putting the pen to paper or the fingers to keyboard and start typing it out. So when Francine came along with this idea, I knew that's what kind of support I would need to be able to come out and tell this story the first time.
And I've known you for a couple of years now, and I didn't even know your story until we started writing your chapter. So that is how close to the chest Heidi kept this story. And then we started working on her chapter, and she wanted to put the whole story in it. But
Which I was like, this is not going to happen in 1,500 words. And that's why I needed the portal party, because, again, it's a whole different problem. Now it's like, okay, so We are ready to face the emotional challenges of telling the story. But where do we start?
Okay, for any new listeners here, let's explain the portal party. We call it the portal party because you're over here standing in confusion and writer's block, and then you see the door, the bright, shiny door. That's the portal to clarity and direction and an outline. And it's not just for stories, it's not just for our anthology stories. Sue is a children's author, and she called me and said, "That's it, I'm done. I quit. I can't do this. Somebody gave me some negative feedback." Invited her to a portal party. 2 hours after the portal party, her book was done and off to the illustrator. We've also helped people with ad copy. I think yes, we've even helped somebody with the colors in their website. If you need feedback from a group of people on something creative, the portal party is the place to be to get eyes on your project, get feedback from other people, and to get some clarity in what you're doing. So now, Heidi, I'm going to ask you to explain, how did you feel during the process of the portal party when I dragged this out of you?
Well, I mean, when I don't know how to necessarily answer a question, and especially there's like some creative performance anxiety, like you're in a room with some other people and Francine's asking questions and I'm like, but I realize that this is all okay. This is part of the process. And what I love about Francine's kind of way she goes about these portal parties is she's asking some of the questions that either maybe I just hadn't figured out I needed to ask myself to get to a specific area, or maybe questions that I didn't know the audience had in order for them to be clear on what my story was, and that perspective from someone who gets it. Because, I can try and talk to my boyfriend about this, and he like maybe has 3 minutes worth of attention span for it. And, there isn't really anybody in my close knit circle that I can talk to about this particular project. And so what I love about the portal parties is they're very kind of general. So if it's like, yes, I have this creative idea that I'm working on and I really need feedback from someone that's going to give me something good instead of like, yeah, it's fine. But
Well, and you're also looking for feedback from an author. So your boyfriend might not have that lens to
yes.
listen, that lens to hear what you're saying and really tell you what you need to add, or in your case it was edit out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and something else. So like I am not an author, right? I have not written all of these wonderful books, and like I don't really think of myself as a long version storyteller. I usually do cut stuff out because I write lyrics and then I'm like, nope, that's too many words. What have I got to cut? But this version of writing felt so different to me than when I'm just writing lyrics. And that had me stuck.
No, wait, didn't you start your chapter with lyrics?
Well, I mean, they weren't my lyrics. They were a song that I was singing at that time. But part of my choice for using lyrics in my story was to kind of highlight how important music always was to me, even in the worst situation, and that I used it as a way to survive the situation. And I think that's a huge part of my story that I'm probably not going to come right out and say. Hopefully
No,
people kind of like
people are going to have to buy the book or come to a portal party and help brainstorm the rest of your story.
yes, yes.
But now that you have it mostly written, how do you feel now about sharing this part of your? I'm trying to ask you this question so not to tell the audience the whole story because we want you to buy the book. If we tell you the story now, you don't need to buy the book. But in the terms
Well,
of, okay, let's start with the title of the book is Believe You Can, People Who Believe They Could and Did. So in terms of that, where what can you reveal about your story and how did the portal party help you release these emotions so you can share them with the world?
mm, well, I would say I had the insecurity to share the story first. So I had a very small sample audience that got to see what I had written so far and kind of understand loosely where the story needed to go. And that feedback really gave me the clarity that I needed to say this part of the story was important. This part of the story, not so much. And then also to be validated that yes, like there's going to be people that benefit from this story. It's kind of like the I don't know, if I'm running a marathon and you guys just all of a sudden like ran up and like held on to my arms and carried me along for a little bit, it's like you don't have to carry all this emotional weight by yourself. We got you.
Oh, I love the way you said that because that's what this whole anthology is about. It's about a group of authors coming together collectively, holding hands, dragging each other along, not only in writing our chapters for the book, but then in building our content to promote our own individual endeavors, about promoting the book together, about building each other up, about sharing audiences, about networking. And it's just going to be a huge 1 year long party that is going to evolve into friendships for life. I mean, Heidi and I started out with, hey, Heidi, would you what do you think about this? Oh, yeah. And 2 years later, we're still doing it. Okay. Sue just said, trust me, we all need these women and each other. Yeah.
And
Sue.
also just I want to say hey to Rich, and yes, the portal parties are for everybody, not just women.
Yes. And I know Rich from Toastmasters. He helped me when I was writing. It was supposed to be my TED talk. However, it turned into my Toastmasters online speech contest speech, which I'm going to district with in 2 weeks. So, Rich, you didn't know that, but you helped me write my district online speech. Thank you very much for that. You are welcome to a portal party if you have anything you need to brainstorm. Because with Rich, we were just brainstorming ideas. And he said, hey, what if you thought about this situation as And poof, that's how it all started. And Sue, Deb, hey Deb, how you doing? Deb's another author. And Deb, you're welcome to come to a portal party too. So you're going to be marketing your new book soon with your dragon book. Yeah, you're going to be marketing that dragon book. So come on to a portal party. I know you're looking at dolls. We could help you decide which doll you want to order. Sue, good point. Rich, sometimes a man's perspective is what we need because this book is for men too. We have two men who are going to be authors in the book. Aaron Rodriguez and Jeremiah Ott are both authors in this anthology also. So it's for men too. Wow.
All right.
I'm so happy.
So we should probably tell them how they can book a portal party since I feel like this is a good spot.
Let's share the link for booking that portal party.
Okay, so it's been scrolling on the bottom of the screen and also the QR code in the top corner. You can scan that. I know it says join the anthology. When you get there, you are going to scroll by the anthology information. But you can contact us in the top corner. You'll see my email there, so you can send us a couple dates that you'd like to do a portal party, and we will get that worked out for you on a date that you could make it. We'll invite our friends, you invite yours, and we'll have a creative good time.
Yay. And I don't have any scheduled right now, so I'm ready to get some on the books and schedule them. If you have a time and date, we'll see if it fits my schedule.
Fantastic. And, since I mentioned the anthology, I feel like we should mention some stuff about the anthology as well. Francine, how do we get involved with the anthology? How do we do this? What's involved?
Okay. If you want to join our anthology, the book title is Believe You Can, People Who Believe They Could and Did. So if you believe you could do anything in your life and you did it, and it could be anything I probably should have written my chapter about making it through boot camp because I never thought I would, but I did. But I wrote mine about retiring from my military career and becoming a children's author. If you Cecilia, she quit her job in the corporate world and she's starting her own
business. Sue. Sorry to interrupt. Sue's got to go. Bye, Sue.
And then another good one, Tanya adopted her daughter in Afghanistan, a Muslim young girl, and she believed that she could Americanize this young woman, and boy, did she. And the best part, her daughter is going to write a chapter 2 about her viewpoint of the story. Jeremiah Ott believed that he could leave a legacy for his son. And it's still a story in progress, so wait and see how that one turns out.
I am so excited to hear how some of these stories are turning out. It definitely is unexpected sometimes. We look at people all the time. I like to people watch. You never really know until you get to know somebody on a much deeper level what they've gone through, what sort of situations, experiences they've had. And so I think that's always the fun part about connecting with people. It's really easy for me to go into hermit mode and just be like, no, I don't want to talk to anybody. It's so rewarding when I do step out of that comfort zone and show up to something like a portal party. It might feel uncomfortable at first to talk about your project because, maybe you haven't had the right people to listen before. Or maybe you've never shown up in a Zoom room before.
Kind of like Sue when she got that negative feedback on her book. She didn't show it to the right people. They didn't know how to support her rather than cut her down.
And maybe you've already started writing a story, but you're like, I have absolutely no idea how I'm going to get this story into other people's hands. Like, there's a lot of different little projects along the way that you're going to need to start. And so that's what you're going to get in the anthology, is kind of the group support, the hand holding, the ideas and inspirations from the other people that are in the group, a community where you really get to learn the stories that these people are writing and putting together in a printed book.
And we get to learn what we do besides writing. So, for instance, if in my networking I run across a singer who needs support in the singing career, I know to send them to Heidi. And if Heidi comes across somebody who wants to write a book, she knows that I could help them get published. Another great opportunity with this anthology is if you ever wanted to write a book like Heidi did, this teaches the process. You can look back at our past chapters. My chapter was edited live on this live stream, and we show you the editing process. So it's not so scary. We have a great editor. She's just fun to work with. Really fun to work with. She edited my book that's coming out next month, and I got an email saying the butterfly landed. Instead of saying here's your book, she said the butterfly landed, because the name of the book is The Butterfly Who Changed Everything.
Nice.
And going through, I thought I had 176 errors to correct, but some of them were just little funny stories that she thought of while she was reading my book. So you're just going to enjoy working with Terry when she edits your chapter. And then we'll go through the formatting, the book cover, and every little part of what it's going to take when you're ready to write your solo book. So you learn the process. And then you'll be ready to write your own book by the time we're done. And you have the other authors in the anthology to help promote your book. Because when you join as a Perfect Publishing author, there is a brand new platform to go on as an author that will not only help support our anthology, but it will help support you and whatever you're doing. And I don't want to say more about that because that's only for Perfect Publishing clients, which you will become when you become part of this anthology. But now we're almost out of time, and I want to say there's something special coming up real soon. And once this comes up, and it's something about a pre-launch event, once that happens, once the book cover is designed, the price is going up. If you get in on the ground floor now, this is the lowest price you will ever pay to join our team. And you have an option to become an affiliate and bring all your friends with you and make a little bit of money on the side or pay for your chapter. Mm-hmm. After the pre-launch, and there'll be more details about this, but after the pre-launch, the price is going up.
Yes. So now is the time. If you've been thinking about this, kind of put that book on that invisible book, that story that isn't written in that shelf on your brain. It's been sitting there. If you've been thinking about this is a perfect collaboration for you to get started, figure out the best way to tell your story, and learn about the publishing process. So in the future, you can tell all kinds of stories and you don't have to be stressed about it.
Because this one chapter, 12 to 1500 words, can easily be expanded into a full-blown book.
Oh, yeah. And that's exactly what you explained to me in the portal party. You said your story is a full-blown book. We're telling a chapter.
Exactly.
And didn't my brain explode in a whole bunch of different directions? There were colors and unicorns and bunnies and
words on the
smoke
page.
and everything.
And words on the page.
And words on the page. The most magical thing of all. Oh, so awesome. Yes. This is now season 4.
Can't believe it. I remember those first episodes when we were just learning how to do this, and then you dropped your computer right before we went live. See, I had a dog fight behind me, knocked all my stuff down. You never know what you're going to see when you come watch one of our live streams.
And you know what? That's just another thing that you helped me be more comfortable with, Francine. I dabbled in this live streaming world on my own for a while. I wasn't really having a good time doing it. And when you and I got together and we started talking about doing this project, you were definitely holding my hand and taking me outside of my comfort zone, because there's no editing. You don't know what's going to happen and when, and you just got to roll with it. And I feel very grateful for the opportunity to build this Believe Retreat with you.
Okay, we have 1 minute, and I just want to end on this final note. When you join the Believe Retreat, you could be a guest on this live stream, and we'll talk about what you do. Are you a coach? Talk about what you coach. Are you a singer? Talk about your new song. Deb wants to set some. Yay, Deb, just let me know. We'll set up a portal party for you. And portal party, yes.
She said the magic words.
The portal party. Put portal party in the chat, in the comments, if you want to attend a portal party, and we will get you the information you need. But when you join the anthology, you come on our show. Did you just write your own book? Deb, Deb's writing her second book. She has the cutest children's book at Christmas time. It's called Nova's Wish, about a reindeer. So she could come on our show as one of our authors and promote Nova right before Christmas. If you wrote your own book, you join the anthology, we will help you promote your book on this live stream. You started a new website, come on the live stream, we'll drive traffic to your website. But you have to be a member of the anthology.
Well, it was awesome to see you, Francine. We had a great break in between this season, but let's take this thing out. So,
let's take it out.
If you can conceive it, you can believe it, and you can achieve it.
From the head to the heart to the hands.
Yes. You can.
Yeah.
Woo! Portal party.